Hey everyone, welcome back to the Weekly Outlook. We're here to walk you through what just happened in the markets and what to keep your eyes on this week. Let's jump in. Let's start with central banks. China held steady on the interest rates, no change to the 1 to 5 year loan prime rates as consumer sentiment and growth remain weak. In Europe, the ECB also hit pause. The deposit rate stays at 2% after 8 cuts since last June. No surprise here with the US tariff situation still hanging over the economy. Turkey's central bank has gone back to cutting rates, reversing an earlier hike tied to civil unrest. Inflation there has cooled significantly, now around half of last year's 75% high. Japan and the US reached a deal. US tariffs on Japanese exports are dropping from 25% to 15%. That's good news for trade and could be followed by a rate hike. HSBC expects Japan to raise rates to 0.75% in October. Inflation in Tokyo cooled a bit, now at 2.9% in July, down from 3.1% in June. In Germany, consumer confidence is shaky. People are more focused on saving than spending, while in the Eurozone, pessimism is easing slightly as inflation stabilizes. Now about real estate and growth. In the US, home prices hit new highs in June, but sales dropped again, down 2.7%. High prices and mortgage rates above 6.5% are making it tough for many to buy. Meanwhile, US business activity is picking up speed. July's flash PMI points to a strong Q3 start. Canada had a retail rebound. Sales jumped 1.6% in June, the biggest monthly gain since last year. And in the UK, consumer confidence dropped back down to -19 in July. Inflation, job worries, and recession talk are weighing on sentiment again. Now let's hit the market movers of the week. And the top stocks this week. Big names like Invesco, IQVIA, Westpharma, and Baker Hughes all crushed it, with gains between 16% and 27%. Block, Deutsche Bank, and others also had strong weeks. Flops, Molina dropped almost 25%. ST Micro, Elevance, and Chipotle also hit double digits. Texas Instruments, Philip Morris, and Southwest Airlines also landed in the red. And here's what we're watching this week. Tomorrow, July 29th, the Spanish GDP and the US job openings, the JOLTS, are up. On Wednesday, July 30th, GDP updates from France, Germany, and the Eurozone are up. Also, the US GDP, which is expected strong at 2.5%, and the Bank of Canada and the Fed rate decisions are up. Also, after the Fed rate decisions, we'll have the Fed press conference. On Thursday, July 31st, China, Japan, France, and Germany are all to update us on inflation and manufacturing. Also, the US core PCE, personal income, and spending are due. And on Friday, August 1st, China and European manufacturing PMIs are up, and US non-farm payrolls and unemployment are due. Also, we'll have the ISM manufacturing PMI. And about earnings, they are stacked this week. Here's what the highlights include. That wraps up this week's market rundown. With central banks on edge, earnings flying in, and economic data heating up, we are set for another action-packed week. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp and keep watching the markets.